is begin with a karakia. So if it's okay with everyone here, I'd like to do that before we start. And then at the end, when we finish, we can do the same thing again. So we'll start with the karakia. I hoa, kei konei mātou o tamariki. E karakia na hau ki a koe mō mātou hui tēnei rangi. Ko koe kei runga, kei raro, kei mua, kei muri. Kei ngā taha katoa e arahia na mātou te tika. Me te pono e pānaki o mātou mahi I te ata nei I roto I te ingoa o ihu kreiti tō tātou kaiwhakaora āmine.
Āmine.
Well, awesome to have you here, everybody. Thank you on behalf of myself and Mihi for joining us on this special occasion where we're launching our business, which is called Partnerco. We're very privileged to have on the call with us today James, who we've met. James is dialing in from the USA, and he's one of our senior leaders within the company. We also have on the call, and we're very fortunate to have Fina Toscano, and she's also one of our top leaders across Australia and New Zealand. And between the four of us, hopefully we can share some insights into this product that we've found. We're relying on James and Fina to fill in the gaps of what this product is, because we're new to this. I'm only about 6 weeks into it, but I've found huge benefits with this product that we're about to talk to you about. So without further ado, I think we'll hand it over to James to have a bit of a kōrero, a bit of a talk, and he can take it from here.
Awesome. Stanley, Mihi, thank you for having us. Everybody, give us a big wave if you can see us and hear us. I just want to honor them. What a beautiful, how do you pronounce the prayer? Can you say that again? Like the introductory prayer?
Karakia. It's a karakia.
Karakia. Okay. That's the first time I've been involved in that. And why don't we do that everywhere? You know, it's like, that's beautiful. That's absolutely awesome. I thought I was actually going to hand it to you and just have you explain everything. I was going to sit back and relax, you know. So I'm just kidding. We're going to have you guys speak again as well too and everything. So thank you. Congratulations. And I know that everyone that's on this call, whether you know Stanley and Mihi, many of you do, or if you don't, you will get to know them as well too. In order to change lives and especially expand into new regions, it takes someone willing to be the pioneer. And it takes people willing to get out of their comfort zone. And who here knows that anything that you want in life is always on the opposite side of discomfort, right? If you want to be healthier, you're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. You want to make more money, you're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. So we've had a lot of leadership here that I would just want to all honor as we intro formally. But Stanley and Mihi,
hey, James.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in real quick.
Yeah.
Can I just make sure this is being recorded, because we've got a lot of people who want to see the video afterwards.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. It has to be, for sure. So congratulations for your yes, and congratulations on putting this all together. So let's all give Stanley and Mihi a big round of applause, because we're having fun time today. Why are you spending a Saturday morning with us? It's not just that we're not going to be boring. All right? We're going to have a lot of fun. And if I'm not fun, that's why I brought Fina to speak. You know, and Stanley, you got all those cool effects. You got to show us how to do that, man.
It just shows up on my laptop, and I'm just pushing buttons. If you go down the bottom, all of you guys can see that react button down there. And you can push some of those buttons there just for fun. Give it a try.
But yours are fancy. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. See, we told you we're gonna have fun. Adahia's got it as well too. I'll bring you guys back up in just a little bit, but thank you for introducing and hosting and everything. And I want to really honor as well too, because this whole region. I've been involved with these drops and this product, we'll talk about this today, since they launched around 12, almost 13 years ago. And it's transformed millions of lives around the world. But more specifically, in Australia and New Zealand, our Aussies and our Kiwi family, it really wasn't until this last year that leadership started coming in and saying, hey, we see what these other people are doing and what benefits are getting. And I connected with Stacy Pozan, who's on this line as well too. She's driving, so she's not on camera. So Stacy and Selman, they brought it into Australia. Soon afterwards, they connected with incredible church friends, Fina Toscano and Eustace as well. And they came on board, and you'll get a chance to hear from Fina. She is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to health. And if you want to feel better and be able to live your best, you want to take notes on what Fina's talking about. And along that way, somehow online is kind of crazy. Technology is powerful. I got connected with someone that became a Kiwi friend. I believe my first Kiwi friend in the world, Lucia. And Lucia, she's just, if you don't know Lucia yet, she is persistent. She is a hungry student. She's just full of life. We're still trying to figure out when Lucia sleeps because she's always online. But she's awesome. She's out there in the living room with everyone else as well too. And it happened to be that Lucia's nephew was Stanley. And Stanley and we kind of crossed paths before. Back when we first launched these drops, I don't know if you guys know this, Stanley was a pioneer already before. He had tried to bring these out to New Zealand, but the company wasn't ready yet. But now it's full circle. Now we're back here. So for you that are watching this right now live, or if you're watching this later, just know you're in a very unique timing of everything. So I want to share with you a couple of things today, all right? So we're going to talk a little bit about what this company is, talk about what this product does, and even if you're interested, there's a unique opportunity here as well too. So quick backstory on the drops. I got introduced to them because I was looking for a way to drop some weight, and I like food. Does anyone else like eating, by the way? Do Kiwis love eating? I think so, so I love food. And to be honest, I didn't want to give up enough to look or feel better, so there's that limit there. And I heard about these, they're now known as skinny drops, but it's a slenderized system. And I lost around 10 kilos in 40 days with no exercise. And it blew my mind. And I was like, what? How is this possible? So I looked at the science. I studied biology at UC Berkeley. I was trying to be a medical doctor. You actually have a medical professional right after me, Fina, so she's way smarter than I am. But I want to make sure that we put things in our body that actually help us. Who here wants to not just look better, but you actually want to be healthier, right? Give me a raise of hand if that's the case. Like, that's the key. And that's why I've loved this system so much. And so many people around the world have as well too. But I'm not going to explain to you how this works. I'm going to have someone that is way more well-versed on this and has had an incredible story herself on this as well too. But I want to introduce you to our incredible colleague. She is a genius. She is hilarious. She is intelligent. She is funny. She is beautiful. And she is here to talk to you all about these drops and her story. But Fina, can you hear us all right?
Yes, I can, James. Thank you.
Oh, I'm on mute. You're absolutely welcome. Over to you.
Thank you so much, James, for giving me this opportunity, and to Stan and Mihi for inviting me. It's cold here in Sydney and I had to get out of my warm blanket to be here, but I'm so delighted that I am. And my woe started about 20 years ago when I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And as we all do, we trust our doctors and we just follow their advice, don't we? And that's what I exactly did. So I was on thyroxine for nearly 19 to 20 years, 75 micrograms of thyroxine every morning for 20 years. And I did it so diligently. But I really realized that it was just a Band-Aid fix. It wasn't really fixing my problem, but it was just a Band-Aid fix that got me along. But even though my blood reports would come back as normal, I would still feel exhausted. I still had low energy. I had dry skin, hair fall. And there were so many Indians in my house because I was the chief, can you get me that? Can you go upstairs? Because I had no energy at all. But until I stumbled upon the skinny drops, and I initially just took it for weight loss, and I had no idea that they support my thyroid function. And then the weight started to drop off, and I thought, oh, am I losing weight? And my kid said, oh, Mom, you look leaner, the inflammation is down, and I think these drops are really working for you. So long story short, I dropped about 13 kilos. I wasn't overly big, but I was still very swollen, inflamed. And as you can see, my neck, and I was 90 kilos there. So I went on from being 65 kilos to 90 kilos. And so with the drops, I had dropped 13 kilos. you can see my results there. The second column is when I actually had stopped taking my medications. So my TSH, my thyroid stimulating hormone, was 6. And the one before that is when I was on the medication. You can see the date, that was 2021. And then I dumped my medications because I knew that my body was an intelligent organism and I knew that I could fix it, but I just didn't know how. So when I dumped my medications, please don't do that. I'm a nurse and I was actually trialing this. When I dumped my medications, I did a blood test in April 2022, and you can see my TSH was way out of whack. That was 6. And then the next column there is when I had restarted taking, when I started taking the drops. That was about 3-4 months into the drops. My doctor was so amazed because he knew that I no longer was on thyroxine. As you can see highlighted in pink, he said self-seized oroxine. So that's the instructions that he had. And my doctor was so amazed that he asked me what I did and more about these drops. And he thought this is really good value even for some of his patients. So that's how I started. And then I thought, oh my gosh, this has helped me. And then I heard testimonies of how many other women were helped and how many other people were helped. And so I thought, I'll dive into this and be part of the group here. And I said, if I can't beat them, I might as well just join them.
So beautiful. My gosh, congratulations. And I'm curious, who here knows somebody that maybe they're dealing with some health issues right now, right? Or maybe they're on medications, or maybe their doctors told them something. And I love, Fina, that you make that disclaimer. It is important, but I think one main message that I love about you, we're talking to a medical professional, right? So she is within the system, but she's kind of combating it in holistic ways. And I also believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Kiwis in general are more holistic health driven than other areas. I feel like you're more connected as a whole. Maybe I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Mihi, Stanley, like, am I wrong on that? Or what do you think? Or am I overgeneralizing there? They say it's okay? Maybe? Okay. Just checking. All right, just making sure, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. But but the key message is this: find ways to heal yourself, right? Find ways to be able to support your body with what it needs, and then it does magical things. So who here is willing to believe that your body can heal itself, right? Like it could do some really cool things. So Fina, I got to ask, like, what is the magic behind these drops? Like, what's in this stuff? What does it do? Like, can you inform us on that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. Like you said, I like a good balance. I like a good balance between natural supplements and also the Western medicine. Imagine someone has a massive cardiac arrest or they are in an accident. You're not going to say, oh, let me take this bottle of these natural drops and give them these drops. You're not going to do that, right? You're going to rush them to ER. You're going to call 000. So there's a great place for Western medicine. Our doctors do an amazing job. They are intelligent, they are smart, they are overworked, and sometimes they are underpaid, but they do an excellent job. And there is a place for Western medicine, but I also believe that there is a place for natural therapy, for natural supplements. And I personally, as a woman of faith, I was very drawn to these drops when I read the label and I asked what's in it, because I always like to ask what's in it before I take it. And when they said it's all natural, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's the kind of stuff that God's given us. God has given us herbs for our benefit. And then it reminded me of Psalms 104 verses 14. It says, he, meaning God, he caused the grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food from the earth. And I just thought, oh my gosh, herbs. That's what God's given us. Everything that we need for our healing is in nature. And so that's how I dived into these drops and I started taking the drops. So these drops have got natural ingredients like cacao bean extract. It's got green coffee bean extract. It's got guarana seed extract. They help, all of these, they go from suppressing appetite to increasing metabolism, to improving your fullness, to killing hunger pangs, helps with craving. It helps avoid sugar spikes and crashes. We've got these hormones, hormones called ghrelin and leptin, and one stimulates hunger and one stops hunger. And so when these hormones are out of balance, it changes your eating behavior. Your body doesn't know when to stop eating. There are some people who can never eat, so they're anorexic. That's not good. And some people who don't know when to stop eating. So the drops help with that. It helps with the digestion. It helps with your moods. It helps increase metabolism, which is so important. Most importantly, they really help with burning of your visceral fat, the fat around your abdomen. We are always stressed. We live in a stressful world. And so the body's mechanism is really survival. To make us survive, that's the first important thing. I'll say the mission of the body is not to lose weight or whatever. It's to put us in survival mode. So what happens when we are constantly in stress? We've got kids, we've got husbands, we've got work, we've got mean bosses and all of these, right? And so what does the body do? It puts us in a parasympathetic nervous system. So it means like, oh my gosh, you are in this fight or flight mode. You are being chased by a lion. You better run for your life. And many of us are in that mode. Even though we are sleeping in the night, we are actually running in our sleep. And so what the body does is it produces cortisol to really help us cope with that stress. And so the body has to put that cortisol somewhere. So it starts to accumulate in our abdomen, our arms, the back of our legs, the back of our arms. And that's really to help us survive. And these drops do an amazing miracle. They really balance your cortisol levels when you go to bed. It helps you have that deep sleep. And so your body starts to repair itself whilst it's resting, starts to detox. And it really curbs your unwanted appetite. We want you to have an appetite. We don't want you starving because this is not a diet, but this is a lifestyle change. But we want your appetite to be a healthy one. And so these drops help with the digestion. I know when I take these drops, because we take it in a sublingual way, right? It goes straight into your bloodstream. I can actually feel my gut. Oh, there's something happening there because the reaction is that quick. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I saw these testimonials and I said, if it can work for all of these people, surely it's going to work for me because our anatomy is the same, our physiology is the same. And so I have yet to see a person who has not benefited from these drops. And I really, really like the fact that when we share these testimonies, these are not random people. These are not just people that we've pulled off the internet, but these are people that we do know. These are people from our team. These are people that we talk to. These are people who are in the business. Mary Jo there, as you can see the first picture, look at how gorgeous she is. And the important thing about our drops is for most of our people who have lost the weight, when they lose the weight, the way we do it, it's not this big, massive loss in 10 or 20 kilos in a month. But the average weight loss is about 6 kilos for women and about 8 kilos for men. And because it's a gradual loss through natural supplements, through healthy eating, through taking supplements like Vinali, the skin doesn't sag. There is no sagging of skin because I know of people who have gone on other injections. There is a risk, number one, because with the injections, you really have to have the skill. You have to make sure that there are no air bubbles. You've got to make sure you know how to remove those air bubbles because you don't want any embolisms. And then what happens is when they have a massive, massive weight loss, they have a lot of loose skin, and then they have to have a surgery to tighten that as well. So that's why I love these drops.
My gosh.
Did I miss anything, James?
There's a lot of ingredients in here. So we had a question on what the other ingredients are. Do you have a bottle on you right now by chance or a box on you? If not, then I'll grab it from here. So there are, yeah.
So we have cacao bean extract, which suppresses appetite. We've got biotin, which helps boost metabolism and contributes to increased fat burning. We've got guarana seed extract, which improves the feeling of fullness, and it reduces hunger pangs. We've got cinnamon bark extract, which helps with the craving. We've got chromium, which helps avoid sugar spikes and crashes. We've got white kidney bean extract. And the exciting thing is, our new formula has got 150% increase in the white kidney bean extract. So from a ratio of 4:1, we've gone to a ratio of 10:1. And that's just amazing, because what it does is it helps with the better digestion and also metabolize the complex carbohydrates and reduce bloating. That is so amazing. So I was just listening to Barbara Cox yesterday, and I was so excited about the new formula. So I've got a box here. The drops are here, as you can see. Can you see that? Or am I turning it the wrong way?
You're good.
There it is.
Wow. Wow. Fina, that was phenomenal. Who here learned a lot just from that? I could listen to you all day, Fina. Like, seriously, I learned so much in that bit. So I'm glad we're recording this so we can replay this multiple times. So Fina, thank you so much for sharing all that wisdom. You don't just know it, you live it. And that's what matters, guys. You see here, people don't just, it's not just fluff, it works. So Fina, thanks so much.
Yes, definitely. I just wanted to add, how many of us here think we are genetic losers? Like, your health's really bad and, you've got all of these things going wrong for you. How many of us? Any of us? Yeah. So if I can just encourage you, Manak, I saw your hands raised there. There are no genetic losers. We are all genetic choosers. And many of us come with this verbiage that my mother had diabetes, my parents had high cholesterol, and I've got a history of cancer in my family, and we think that's our destiny. But I'm here to really encourage you. We are not genetic losers. We are genetic choosers. And by adopting a healthy lifestyle, balancing your hormones, because when your hormones are not balanced, you start to exhibit all of these symptoms of thyroid issues, weight gain, blood pressure problems, cholesterol problems. And so as you start to take these drops, and you've got to allow at least 3 months for cell regeneration, it starts to balance out and the weight comes off and you feel better. So you can actually change the trajectory of that disease. So don't settle that, that's the end of you, because you are really a walking modifiable factor. So I just like to encourage you with that.
Fina, my goodness. I'm ready to go run through a brick wall, go run a marathon and do all of that. Thank you so much, Fina. Let's give her some love, guys, whether in the chats or out there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Speaking of marathons, the next person I want to bring up, I probably has ran many marathons. This person, if you know her, is always doing something active. Like, she makes me feel lazy. And she is an influencer. She is a fitness professional. She's a gym trainer. She's an amazing human being that is a light to so many people. So I wanted to bring up Mihi, who hosted this. So thank you, Mihi. Feel free to unmute yourself. And I wanted to ask you, being somebody, and let me unmute you real quick so we can hear you. There you are. Okay. Let me know if you can press that unmute button. Asking. All right. You look real good. And the backdrop looks real good. Is an unmute button coming up at all? I just asked him to unmute. We'll try this one more time.
I'm not that tech savvy. Sorry about that.
Good. You're good. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
So cool. Mihi, for those of us that don't know you, I know a lot of us here do, tell us like your background when it comes to athletics and health and fitness and all that.
Easton, and I've been involved in the health and fitness industry for over 40 years as an athlete, coach, personal trainer, gym owner, science lecturer, massage therapist, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. Now, in terms of the drops, I have to say I was a little skeptical at first. I've seen a lot of these products before. They've come and gone. However, if I was going to promote and advocate the products, then I needed to at least try them for myself to get a general sense of the effects they were going to have on my health and well-being. Now, I've been using the drops for about 2 weeks now, and already I've noticed a difference in my energy levels during the day, particularly the day after our Waka Ama training. So my recovery has improved. No end. I'm not so tired and not as achy as I used to be. Now, I've been, I don't have the cravings either. I've always been a notorious grazer, just snacking on food all day, every day. I've always had a fast metabolic rate, so weight gain was never an issue for me. But I did have a bad habit of just shoving food down my throat when I wasn't even hungry. So, yeah, that stopped. The other thing is I've suffered from insomnia for years. So obviously there's a hormonal imbalance there. So I've also had trouble, shutting my brain down, before going to bed. I'd be awake 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and finally go into a really deep sleep. But then I've had to get up at 6 o'clock to go and do some training. So it was a never-ending cycle. But with the night drops, I can now look forward to getting some restful sleep. Yay. So I'm really looking forward to further improvements in my health and overall well-being once I've finished the full course of drops. One thing I did want to share with you guys is that at the beginning of my journey, I had what they call a Fit 3D scan, a body scan. And so what that does is measure my body composition, like my body weight, my fat percentage, my lean muscle weight, etc. All right. It comes up with some pretty comprehensive data. So I understand that one area of use that is particularly popular is the 3D body scanning to help people achieve their weight loss. Now, I can ill afford to lose weight, basically, but I do have some lumps and bumps there, like everybody else. But what I'm really interested in is the body composition changes. So I'll do another scan at the end of this first course, and just to do a comparative. So watch this space, people. The other thing I love about the drops is how easily they fit into my daily schedule. So normally I would get up first thing in the morning, do the shower thing. I'd take my 15 drops, pop it under my tongue before I have 20, 30 minutes before breakfast. And then I'd repeat the same process at lunchtime, dinner time. And then I'll take my 45 drops of the night drops. Boom, pretty easy. It doesn't take any effort. Another thing I love about the drops is that they contain the natural ingredients that Bina was talking about. So I'm big on that. That gives me peace of mind that I'm not putting artificial or chemical crap into my body. Now, I highly recommend these drops to anyone looking to improve their health and well-being in a natural and effective way. Now, whether you're a busy professional, a fitness enthusiast, or just someone looking to make healthier choices, these drops are a game changer. I know our Waka Ama ladies will benefit hugely from these drops. Now, we're heading to Hilo, Hawaii in August to compete in the World Waka Ama Champs. Now, Waka is basically a 6 to 12 member paddling. We paddle furiously in this canoe. Now, our crews are aged from about 60, 65 years onward. We're all postmenopausal, and we're all dealing with a lot of health issues. So the drops are going to be an added advantage that will hopefully assist us in our performance. So it's going to be a real bonus, ladies. The biggest plus for me, however, is the potential benefits to our whānau. Everyone knows someone in their whānau who's not well. So I see the drops as a real game changer to their health and well-being. Don't just take my word for it. Try it for yourself and see the amazing results. I'm happy to take orders for the drops. We have a special discount for new customers. If you're keen, let's sit down, go through the ordering process. If anyone's online is keen to order as well, just get back to the person who invited you and we'll sort you out. Thank you, everyone, for giving us the opportunity to share our experiences. I'm truly grateful and excited to see more people benefit from these amazing drops. If you have any questions or need more information, feel free to reach out. Stanley, Lucia, and myself are more than willing to assist you. So Kapai people, jump on board. Okay, we've got all the guns, all the leaders here, James and Fina and Stanley, and of course Lucia. Yeah, that's me, Baro. Thank you for your time.
My gosh, mic drop, guys.
Well done. Yes.
He was like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, no, you're not. That was professional. My goodness. I'm gonna have to give you more of a mic. Thank you. So real. So, and it means a lot coming from you, Mihi, because you know your body very well. Health and fitness has been your entire life. So to hear that from you, that you're approving this and it's had such a tremendous benefit, congratulations. And thank you for taking a stand to say, I want to help others as well too. So congrats on that. My gosh. Well, we'll go in some questions. I want to do a quick thing, and then Stanley, I want to ask you a question as well too. But who here, is it Fano? Is that family? Fano?
Yep.
Who here can think about Fano that could benefit from this, right? Like there's so many people that need what we have. So there might be something you want to consider, whether you're getting it for yourself, or maybe you're like, man, I know someone that needs this. I'd encourage you, whether it's just to share it with someone else, maybe you want to get your product paid for, there's ways to do that, or maybe even do something else on the side, have something fun and impactful. There's a very simple way that you can partner with the company for a one-time lifetime $30 membership, 45-ish, something out there in your currency. And you can partner with this brand and partner on this mission around the world with a company that is literally going global. We're in 50 plus markets, and it's really simple. People are like, well, I don't want to sell. Like, who here does not like sales, by the way? You don't like to feel sold. You don't like someone like annoying you or bugging you. Like you don't want to, we don't want to do that as well too. When you partner with our company, there's a really simple system that we have now where number one, you just share, right? With Mihi, she was just sharing. With Fina, she was just sharing. But when you partner with us, we'll give you a done for you system where it's as simple as sharing a link with them. And this link will give them information. You don't have to be the expert. You don't have to be Fina. By the way, Fina, we need to do a recording again, and I need your video in our system. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there right here. Okay, but imagine who here would love someone like Fina in your pocket, where you're like, oh. But not only that, this system, we call it the machine, will also help follow up with your people for you. Instead of you trying to bug them, being like, hey, did you look at the information? Imagine they're getting multiple emails and they're getting information so they can get more informed. And people come to you and they're like, man, how do I get the product? How do I partner with this? And we've also found a way, if it interests you, where with these systems, we're helping people get to even 6 figures in 6 months. You can do it faster, slower, whatever that you want. So whether you're interested in just being a customer or even a partner, that's up to you. But Stanley, I wanted to bring it back to you because years ago, you did want to pioneer this, and you did. And now you're back. So thank you for that. But why Partner Co for you now? What got you excited, and what are you seeing for the future?
Yeah, thanks, James. Good everybody. As James mentioned, I was looking at this company 13 years ago when it actually first launched over in the USA. Actually, it wasn't pre-launch. It hadn't even launched yet. And I was looking at the company and the products. And what I loved is that I need to know that the science that is sitting behind these products works. And I'm a person that loves rangaho. I love to research. I love to dive into what all these products are and what they're made of. And so at the time when I was looking through all the videos and all the literature that they had out there, I was blown away by the people like Deanna Latson, who was the one who helped formulate a lot of these products. And the amount of money that they spent on each and every product in the range of suite of products that they have is astounding. And there is research behind it. It's built with science. You can rely on it. It's a product that actually does what it says it does, and that's important because there's a lot out there. There's a lot of woo-woo products that say they do certain things, but they don't. And so I was convinced way back then that this is something I need to be involved in, but it was extremely prohibitive for me to build a business back then because they weren't in New Zealand and it cost a lot to bring these products into the country. And we just went through a pilot this week, actually, where I brought in a product that's not quite available in New Zealand yet. And it costs over $200 just in getting it shipped from the US to here because of customs, because of duties, because of this and that. So we're very fortunate at the moment that we can access these drops and they're available in New Zealand. I love PartnerCo because they've got proven systems. They've been around for a long time. And they've got a leadership team that supports the people like nobody's business. We only initiated this 3 or 4 days ago, and James and Fina have been there every step of the way and they've supported us. We've got amazing networks online. You can't beat the support that you get through this business, and so I'm just amazed. The other part of it is my health. I had a loss in the family about 3 weeks ago. My mum passed. And I think because of that, the stress of the passing of a loved one, you really never get over losing someone that's so close to you, particularly your mother. You've only got one mum. And the stress of that, last week when I went to the doctor, I've got high blood pressure, 230 over 180. The doctor looked at me and said, you're on the brink of a heart attack or a stroke. So I've got a suite of pills that I'm now on. I have to do it because of my health. High cholesterol. I actually took a photo the other day of the pills that I laid out on my bed and the creams that I was given because I'd started breaking out in allergies and my face was puffy and all that kind of stuff. So there's 2 great reasons for me to build it, because I love this business, and number 2, I need to because I have no other way out of the health problems that I'm in. So like Mickey has shared, I've done the before thing with the 3D scan. I'm doing my blood pressure every day. I'm monitoring my health, and hopefully once I get on this program of 12 weeks of the drops, I can reassess it after that, and I'm looking forward to some awesome results, and then I can kick the doctor's pills to the side and just look forward to a life where my hormones are more balanced. I can wake up feeling a lot better, refreshed, clearer in the mind, and just not having to worry about a lot of the things that used to worry me, stress being the main, I guess, aggravator in terms of illness, not just in my life, but in everyone's life here, because we have peaks and troughs throughout our lives, and everyone is going to experience stress throughout our lives. And so we need to have something that gives us a buffer to be able to handle that when that comes. It's going to come, and if you don't already have it built into your system already, then it's going to be tougher. So you want to have that reserve in your body already so that you're already fighting with all the antioxidants that you can take and the nutrients that we have with the Optimals. There's over 100 products actually within this company. We're only talking about one. So we have we have Pure Nourish, which is a protein, best protein on the planet, beautiful flavors. You've got Power Boost as well. So there's a bit of a choco flavor that you can jump in there. So all these products are designed to be used together in what we call a 360-degree panoptical view of our health, right? So it's not just about our body, but we can also talk about things with healthy pets, healthy minds, healthy homes, healthy environments, right? So it's not just about being introspective. We have to look around and look at the world that we're actually living in and consider the environment and places and people that we associate with. And these products are all designed to take all of that into consideration. This is why I love this company, and this is why I love these products.
So beautiful. Stanley, we're proud of you, right? Like, And I don't know how you guys feel that are listening to this, but I love both Mihi and Stanley. They're so bold saying, this is where we're going and come along in the journey. We're not there yet. We're getting there. A lot of good progress, but it takes a lot of boldness and faith to say, like, we got this. It's already done. And I think the invitation is, who wants to come alongside with them on that journey? Like, that just sounds like a lot of fun, right? Both with the financial, the health side and also the financial side. So regardless of what it is, get back with the person that connected you here. If you have other questions, if you have any, if we have some time, we can drop them in the chat, or we can share them, or we can always chat, of course, as well too. But I'd encourage you, like what Mihi said so well, just try whatever it is. We'll figure it out, and we can figure out the best things for you. You know, Stanley, Mihi, did you have anything else you want to chime in on? Do you want to open it up, or I'll leave it to you how you want to navigate here?
Yeah, I think there's any more questions from the audience.
Yeah, any questions?
If there's any
Drop a question in
questions,
the chat.
feel free to let us know. And if the question is, I'm going to allow people to unmute themselves. If the question is, how much is it? Get with whoever connected you. We'll give you all those those details, of course, as well too. So any questions, guys, feel free to either unmute or raise your hand or whatever that it is, or drop it in the chat. And of course, we can always answer them offline as well too. Okay.
She's a bit quiet.
All good. Zoom's always fun. I'm just,
Everyone's
we
shy.
stare at faces. You're like, it's okay. If you have other questions, just message whoever brought you here. We'll definitely answer them. But Mihi, Stan, I'll let you guys close it out. Oh, do you need to change your diet? Typically, we recommend a healthy diet, right? We all know the things to do. So for best results, long-term results, definitely eat a better diet. The drops make it so it's easier to shift though. Now you don't have to depend on just your own discipline. It'll change your body and your hormones where you crave the good things. I used to love rice. I'm Asian, right? I took the drops. I stopped wanting rice. Now I want carrots. I'm like, what? So it makes it easier and faster, actually 2 times faster for the weight loss on that. Really good question. Awesome. But Mihi, Stanley, I'll let you guys close this out. Last words.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, thank you everybody for coming today. We really enjoyed seeing everyone here. We appreciate that you've taken your time out of what is a busy Saturday morning for a lot of you. And we look forward to more events like this. It's going to be awesome.
Yep, no, all good.
Cool. I'll just close and cut it here, and then we can, if there's any more questions, we'll hang around for a little bit afterwards, but otherwise we'll finish here. Kia tau, kia tātou katoa te ātawhai o tō tātou ariki, ai ihu karaiti, te aroha o te atua, te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu ake. Āmeni.
Amen.
Āmeni. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, James. Thank you,
I'm gonna
Fina.
drop in the
Guys,
link, by
thank
the
you,
way.
Guys.
I'm going to drop a link that everyone can use. Feel free to share that as well. This is our link that can give you more information about the product, the drops and everything. And then, of course, we'll be good from there. Yeah. Thank you, guys. So proud of you.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Fina, Eustace. Thank you guys so much.